Bounce to this. Good morning, everyone. It is October 18th, Friday, and we are jamming out. You know who I am, but this is my brother, Matthew, or Magicarpe. Test your microphone.
Testing. Hello.
Okay, they should be able to hear you.
Hi, Matthew, what's up?
You're gonna have to get your face into it, though, it looks
All right.
like. Oh, stop the music. That was my song Other Side that I released a couple years ago as a single. Stream that song. Stream all my music. So Matthew plays drums, and we decided to set up the drum set in here, and yesterday we were messing around with getting it all set for jamming out a little bit. I guess, do you want to talk about your drum background and all?
Yeah, I mean, I started drumming when I was like 8. When I was a kid, I asked for a drum set for Christmas, and my parents surprisingly bought one, which was cool.
Yep.
Which is crazy. And then my grandma Pat, she had decided she's gonna help fund me getting drum lessons, because my parents figured if we were gonna have it in the basement, might as well know how to play it. And my drum lessons were really funny for the first 2 years, because I kept getting stuff that I was supposed to take home and practice, and I never did. Smack the drums. So I didn't get very good at first, but around high school, I had a friend. We both played drums, so we kind of pushed each other a bit to get better at it. He was really good at classical drumming, jazz, and funk beats. Also a lot of playing for musicals and things like that.
Funk, not funk.
Funk, not. But I was much more into the rock and pop scene, so I just hit hard, hit fast. Got a little bit more creative once I got into my senior year in college, where I was like, okay, let's try being more experimental. Got really into Travis Barker and his drumming, and took a lot of cues from the stuff he does.
Nice. Which we used for, I think I'll poke around and show what we did for my YouTube. We're still at 1,000 subscribers. Woo! We did it. Woo! That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But we built a kit yesterday, because the kit thing has different triggers on it. There we go. People can hear it. Sweet. So, which I might just let Matthew play a little bit, and then I am gonna play piano. I want to make it very clear, I am not a piano player. I turn knobs and play the computer. So I will just be playing chords while he jams out. So let me check something real quick. I'm gonna zoom in on us. I think I managed to add the Ableton audio, so they should be able to hear you play even when zoomed in too. Yep, sweet. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I cut him off. Sorry, I was trying to add the serum.
Yeah.
There we go. Some of it. So, I don't know what sound I should use for. Mostly just let him jam. So, how many bands have you been a part of, out of curiosity?
I guess technically, so Cody and I played the bar scene for quite a while. A mutual friend of ours,
Casey Jax.
T-Jax, formerly known as the musician Cody Sauer.
Yep.
Very cool dude. Great guitar player, great songwriter, great vocalist. We would play the bar scenes. But I didn't have like a drum to take around, like a drum kit to take around. So I played a box drum, a cajon. If any of you have ever heard what a cajon is, it's basically a hollow box with some snare in it. So I'd be smacking that thing away while he played the guitar, which was really fun. We made like a decent amount of money and made the rounds. But it kind of like, it wasn't super fulfilling all the time, just because after a while you realize you're just getting drunk at a bar. A good time. It's a good time. Playing music, getting drunk at a bar. Didn't really go a whole lot of places, but it was really fun. He's wrestling now, which is super cool. It's something he always wanted to do since he was like a kid.
Check out Casey Jax.
Check out Casey Jax. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our band, Enemy of the People. Which is totally
our band that is totally a thing.
Totally a thing. That we've had like a social media for how many years?
Yeah.
And totally have songs for, though we've never released.
We do. It's because we've got like a pop punk song, and then we've got like electro punk stuff. Yeah. So it's like very. I don't know. I know our dad has been like, you should release this song. You should release a song. You should release a song. I'm like, yes, I will. There's like an extra. It costs a bunch of extra money to do it on DistroKid, and I'm just like, I don't know how many people listen to. Who is messaging me this morning?
I was also briefly part of a band called Malibu Diet. Cody and I, we had friends in town, in our hometown Dubuque, that had a band, and they wanted to expand. And since we were just a duo, and they were like a 3-person band, we just sort of mashed our bands together and made a 5-man piece, which is really cool. We had 2 vocalists. Our lead guitarist, Sammy, was really cool. Her brother was on the other guitar. He was cool too. Yeah, that was a good time. We played a lot of golf courses, which was weird. It's also fun, I guess. I was still on a box drum, but we were much more like, man, let's get a full kit. But then our lead guitarist, she decided to go and do I think it was like be a chiropractor in Florida, which cool. Nice. But yeah, so that one was cool. Otherwise, I don't remember if we did any like bands as kids.
I mean, besides like show choir and marching
plenty of stuff at school when I was like a tot, but
I'm that, which is fun.
Yeah.
At some point, it would be fun to actually write some more punk music. I don't know. I haven't done like performing at like a bar or anything like that in forever since I did like open decks as a DJ, and
Yeah.
that was a time.
That's an interesting time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting when you're in those like art scenes where there's like people who are like, oh, it has to be like super creative and super like highbrow art, and like you can't do anything that's like in service of the man. But then it's like you also kind of have to like make good music that people like.
Yeah.
Which kind of like butts heads with that. So then you got all the artists who are like regulars that are like, oh, this is trash, dude. And then people who just show up that are like, man, this is kind of cool.
It's cool.
So, like, yeah, it's a weird balance.
I don't know. I think about how like I can't like shred on guitar I keep reaching over here because my guitar is over here. I can't necessarily like shred on guitar. I can play like a couple notes, like a couple riffs and stuff, but like when it comes to like doing chords and stuff, it's a good time. Power chords in particular. Which maybe we'll plug the guitar, and I would have to unplug his mic in order to do that.
Fine, the people don't need to hear me.
Let me speak to the people, Piccolo. 30. Oh, let's see here. Time to. So we can't, since we are doing a VOD for this one, we can't do any cover songs. So we're just kind of vibing.
Jams only.
Indeed. I'll play some chords while you jam out for a bit. We'll do that for a couple minutes and then talk about something else.
Like Daft Punk.
Do you like Daft Punk?
You like Daft Punk.
I love Daft Punk. I wish Daft Punk hadn't broken up. But
Yeah. No.
I mean, all good things come to an end, I suppose. But
True.
we'll have to talk about Daft Punk again when Flex Bormar gets in here because he loves Daft Punk.
Nice.
All right, I'm just gonna play chords and you can jam with them. All right. Second, my processor is having some trouble. I did not. Oh, come on, just close this. Close. There we go. Probably because I'm running tons of applications at once in order to. Let's close Discord. Let me see. Let's check my task manager. OBS is only taking up most of it. I have a separate Chrome window open that I really don't want to close, but let's see. Maybe if I use something other than a plugin, maybe that might do it. There's some live instruments.
You and your technical wizardry. This is definitely from like a layman's perspective. The sort of like stuff you do, the magic with all the audio inputs and stuff in the background, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like anybody watching it, like I would say like 90% of the people that watch streams and stuff, like all the stuff in the background just would just whoosh right over the head.
Let's see here. Oh, that sounds weird. Let's just do synth keys. Maybe this will work. Something less complicated, please. Accordion. Yeah. Oh, some of my stuff in here doesn't want to work. I don't know why. Fuzzy analog keys. Turned off your drums. That's important.
Shit.
Trying to put them on, but what is the most fun you've ever had playing drums?
Oh God. There are a couple that come to mind.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, when I was a teenager and I was playing drums, it was for a show choir.
Yep.
It was just the prep show choir. They were performing, and I was the drummer, and there was a part where I needed to solo so that, like, I don't know, the dance break could happen. And I just went nuts.
I do remember that.
And the crowd went crazy, and I remember just being like, this is so awesome. There are moments where you're playing and you're like, yeah, I'm killing it right now. And I remember getting done with that. The guy who was like grading us was like, yo, your band just awesome. Like, I thought I was at a rock show.
It's just hilarious because when we were in high school, there weren't a ton of, like, we didn't go to a what is it, a AAA high school. I don't remember what the scale
like,
they
like
use.
AAA,
something like
4A,
3A. Yeah, right. So a lot of our, it's funny because there weren't a ton of musicians, but every musician did like multiple things.
Yeah.
So like Matthew was in the band for the prep show choir, but then he was in varsity show choir, right? So it's really funny because the best musicians for like who are really like talented at in varsity are then like the best band in the prep show choir category, because it's like, oh, they're not doing anything while the prep is going, so we're gonna put them in the band. It's like, okay.
It was a good time. It was really fun, especially because like another time that comes up is improving with like other really good artists when we were younger. Like honestly, sitting in a band room with like 3 other dudes who just can play whatever off the fly. I remember there was so there was Michael Banworth, who was a great pianist, and then there was like a guy who was like an exchange student who also just was really great at piano. And then Stephen Cochran was also really good at the guitar. He would pick up and he would improv with us every now and again.
Oh yeah, didn't he go on to like do music stuff?
I think so. I think he's running something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would just, I remember it was either early in the mornings or before like actual band class. We would just sit down and we would jam and we would improvise off each other for like 30 minutes. And it was always a really good time because that's what sometimes when you're the most creative, right? Is when you're just playing, you're not trying to perform or anything. You're just trying to sort of play off each other, with each other, sort of push yourself to see what you can do. It's a good time. Yeah. Otherwise, there were definitely times playing with Cody that were really fun, but it's hard to remember them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do miss playing the bar scene just because like sometimes when you get like a big group of people in there that are really into it, it could be a really good party.
I'm pretty sure Cody also has a Twitch. I think he's got a Casey Jacks Twitch.
Good. Nice.
I'm gonna see if I can
suplex somebody live on stream just in the middle of a game.
get up.
Otherwise, like jamming in the basement when we had all the guys over.
Yes, that's also fun.
Basement, that was also really awesome. Just having a garage band sometimes is the best.
Yeah. Now we got a basement band, garden apartment band.
The garden apartment.
Which truthfully we do need to just sit and like do stuff in general. Like what we're doing now, but I don't know if I want to try to record right now with the way things are set up. I know it would just be just because I know. I mean, I don't know about having you listen to a metronome, and latency in particular with OBS running would be a problem.
The latency is tough. I will admit, like hitting a drum and then hearing it just slightly later really messes with your head. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta bring Michelle out here again sometime to make her record.
Oh yeah, 100%. If anyone hasn't checked out, our sister has music out. Her music Instagram, I want to say, is 2021 Meep. But Michelle Carpenter, I'm trying to think. She posts stuff on her YouTube every week. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up and just grab it and drop the link in chat for it. Yeah. Where is it? In here somewhere. Might be higher up because she did post. There it is. So you should subscribe to our sister's YouTube. Flex Bormar is here. Jam sesh. Let's go.
Nice.
He's the one I talked about who liked Daft Punk. Oh. We've been jamming a little bit. We've been talking a lot of it. So, but yeah, check out Michelle's music. She's uploaded a few covers recently, or she uploaded a cover recently, but otherwise it's mostly, I'm gonna actually pull up the music production thing. It's actually mostly original songs.
She's written like 30 songs.
She has written a lot of songs. She's got 40 videos, and each of these are like an individual original songs plus a couple of covers. So, and a bunch of just goofy old videos. Yeah, she's been writing since like, let's see here, the oldest video is 6 years old. So she's been writing since she was like 15. She's like 21 now. Because we went to Vegas for her 21st birthday. That was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Oh, Flex wanted to emphasize he loves Daft Punk.
Respect. I respect it.
Uh-huh. He's been dealing with moving into a new place, so.
Oh yeah.
He's the person I did the one collab with.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you remember that? Okay, good.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, and we have other collabs. Another musician that I'm like, oh, we've been working on stuff and we need to get stuff out. Matthew and I were just talking about how we've got our band that totally exists. Yeah. So we'll just we'll play around a little bit, canoodle a little bit, and see if people got questions about Matthew's drumming or music for myself. We can check those as well, so keep an eye on the chat. All right. I'm just gonna, again, I am not a pianist. I play the computer. I know how to make synthesizers sound cool. I'm just gonna play chords while he does he actually plays drums, so we're showing him off. I will play chords while he does that. So and Ableton is having some CPU issues because OBS is also running and I need more RAM, but it is what it is. Okay, I guess I'll play some chords and we'll let me think. How fast do you want to go?
Fast.
Okay. Explain that all again. I just got a bunch of ads. Like maybe you should subscribe. Huh? You wouldn't have ads anymore. No. I don't. It's fine. I have thought about getting Twitch Turbo though, just because I do actually watch like a ton of Twitch. I have a bunch of different streamers I really enjoy watching. Ha 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 ha. music, people.
Always something that's always impressed me is when people can do like the weird like Tom jungle beats where you're like,
Yeah.
but they do that for like a whole song. I'm like, oh, okay.
Listen.
One of my worst drumming moments.
Oh, Jesus.
Once upon a time, I was in a worship band, if you can believe that. Back when I was a very religious 12-year-old. I was in a worship band, and
We always joke like Matthew's going off to the cult.
Yep. It's a non-denomination Christian rock band, but we played every week at our youth group. And what's funny about people who are really religious is that they think things are just gonna work out, right? They're like, oh man, like God will provide, it'll happen, it'll work, which is good for you, but when I'm a drummer, right, and I've never played a beat before, and you hand me a song and you're like, we need you to play on this song, I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. But then they're like, okay, but here's the beat, and it's this weird syncopated like tom sort of odd like something like weird like that.
Yeah.
And I'm a 12-year-old, right, so I'm not that good at drums yet. I'm like, okay. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I can't play this. Like, I'm talking to our lead singer, I'm like, bro, I can't do this, please help. And he's like, no, man, you'll get it. And I was like,
God will.
I was like, bro, I ain't gonna get it. And there we go. We're up on stage. We're playing for the the worship prayer moment, in the youth group where we're like, all right, we gotta play some music and everybody's gonna vibe and pray together. So we start playing, and I'm like, I just start playing random crap to try and like fill the empty space. And he's singing the song, and he literally looks over at me mid-song and is like, what the heck are you doing? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I told you, man.
Yeah.
And afterwards, everybody was like, that was something. That was really interesting. Really.
Oof.
It was so funny though. I mean, it was just great. And like, that's also a great setting to mess up in, right? And
Yes.
have that moment. So everybody's like, oh no, it's all good, man. And I'm like, oh good, because that was terrible.
As long as the spirit moved you. We did actually used to do when we were in high school, because we went to Catholic high school. We used to do like all the like choir and worship stuff, and I mean, they're like the spirit moves you, and it's like, actually, I think the music is moving me, but I don't know. I mean, you gotta admit, Catholicism has some bangers.
Somebody,
Like in terms of music, there are some bangers.
What's the holy?
That's like you sing before the.
God of host or something. But
Do you sing that before the homily? I don't remember.
But I remember I was in 8th grade, and I was finally like, my entire middle school career, I was like, I gotta play drums for this song. And everybody was like, no, it's like, that's like a worship, like you're not supposed to like bang, like. And I'm like, no, I could rock out to it. And one day during church, I'm like, I'm going for it. And we go, and I go, and like the person directing the choir is like, you. And I'm sitting here like, and everybody in the crowd afterwards come up to me and they're like, dude, that was sick. That was so awesome. I have never been that hyped in church before.
That's so funny.
And all the like teachers and I remember the priest came up to me and was like, that was interesting, but remember, it's about worship. It's about, we need to keep the focus.
It's about jamming out.
And I was like,
I'm rocking for Jesus.
I was like, come on, man, you gotta admit that was cool. Yeah,
pretty funny.
Good times.
I'm trying to think what my worst music moment.
Yeah, worst music moments. They're fun. Another good one is my senior year graduating. It was an actual band concert. But we were playing trap set for the concerts because we didn't have enough percussionists. We didn't have a lot of people in band at the time. But I played my song, got done, and I was so hyped that I like tripped. I was like, my adrenaline was so high because I had never played like the complicated song, and that year I was like, I'm doing the hard song. But I was so hyped because it went well that I tripped and I hit my chin on a cymbal, and I was bleeding profusely.
Oh, Jesus.
While we were giving out like
I didn't know about that.
awards. Yeah, so like our music director's like handing out like senior awards for like, you did this for 4 years, or like, thanks for being this guy.
Jesus.
And I walk up and I'm just like covered in blood from the chin down, and he's like, hey, here. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. I'm gonna go sit down.
Lex, I'm trying to remember your worst music moment that you told me. I don't remember. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But you weren't here. I did have actually kind of a bad music moment when it came to DJing recently. I went to an open decks, right? So here's the thing. I was trying really hard to like, what was it? I was trying really hard to use like the fancier CDJ equipment. And the first couple times I used it, it was actually okay. But the last time I went, like I even went into Record Box and like got all the stuff set up, and then I went and my tempos were all off on my songs, and like one of them was like double time, one of them was like half time. I was like, what the hell? And like I'm up there and I just like the songs are so out of sync that eventually I was just like,
What do you do?
The rabbit hole set? I thought you did a good job at the rabbit hole. I didn't even notice if there was tempo issues in the after movie. Oh, they didn't include you in the after movie. Oh, I feel bad. I went wild at the rabbit hole. I truthfully, that last DJ experience I had with the open decks has really made me kind of turn off from DJing for a hot minute. I do want to set up in this where the guitars are now. I want to move where the guitars are, and I want to set up a DJ setup there. I need to like order a table or something is the only thing. But then I actually do have a separate DJ channel, J Carpenter DJ, I think. I think it's called J Carpenter DJ, something like that. But yeah. So I'm gonna eventually get that set up and going at some point, which would be cool.
That time you're gonna DJ for weddings. Totally did not.
Let's see here. No, my mixing was fine. I was just so boring. I'm 6'8", and we were in a 6-foot basement. You didn't want to hit your head on the ceiling of the basement from jumping up and down, and yeah, that actually was a low basement. I did like the setup though, because they had like cool lighting and stuff, and a really impressive sound system. I'm pretty sure that guy Jackson is still. I think he bought like a ranch or something and was doing shows. He had like a festival he set up. I keep telling myself at some point I'm gonna message him, but with my head between the beams, I do actually remember that. Yeah, it was. It was a time.
Just this giant person in a tiny basement.
Yeah, he's tall. Give me one sec. Let me pull up my Instagram. I'm gonna find the picture of us standing next to each other. Oh, it's not gonna be on my music Instagram now. I made a new separate public Instagram from my private one. Damn. Let me see here. I'll have to repost that on my main one. Yes, the picture taken at the library. Let me see it. Let me pull it up on my Well, I don't wanna show my personal Instagram handle now. There's gotta be a way for me to pull it up. But actually, I think I can. Let me see if I can like pull it up in a separate window. I'll have to post that on my my public one is like a throwback. Oh my god. What was my password again?
The infinite torture of trying to remember passwords.
I can't remember. Actually, no, I follow my... Go. I actually follow myself. Alright, let me scroll down to it. I'm gonna find it. Scrolling. Take the unedited one. I mean, I edited out the sign that was between us from the original photo. Cody and I. Where is it? There we go.
Oh my god.
Just let me. Can I download this photo? I'm gonna screen cap it. There we go. Give me 1 sec. So that I don't. Okay. Give me 1 sec. There we go. Yes, there's the height difference.
God, man, you are massive. That's awesome.
I am what, like 5? I always say 5'8", 5'9" on Tinder. God, I was like a lot. I am a lot bulkier now. I was a lot more slim fit back then. It's very funny. my short self. Yeah, I'll repost that at some point as like a throwback photo, which I think will be fun. I think other worst music moments. I don't know. I do have. I mean, drum corps brought a lot of semi-pro O-line. Yes, he played football.
Ah, nice.
Yep, so that helped. Can post it on our next collab. Our next collab that we totally need to work on. I feel bad. I got just super busy. And this weekend too, I have a final I have to do that I have to deal with, but I do want to get on it, and I mean I do have extra time right now, so
Do it.
yeah. So I will sit down and dig that out of my computer, because I also switched my production computers and all my other stuff is on my other computer, so I have to go sit and like save it a certain way in order to reload it into my desktop here. I got that gaming computer. What time is it? 9:50. Okay, I usually do an ad break at top of the hour, but we got 10 minutes yet, so.
For me, dude. Being an adult making art is hard.
Yes, I talk about that a lot on here.
It's just like, especially because as an adult, it feels like the pressure of making money for anything that's worth doing.
Oh, yeah.
Is so real.
Yep.
That all of the work you put in before ever getting recognized for art just feels so tough.
Yep. Yeah, it's rough. My last stream I talked a little bit about our adventure to the art museum.
Oh yeah.
And some of the very, very abstract things we saw. I was like, you want to talk about art not made for mass commercial consumption?
Yeah. That's so funny. That was also like an old art piece, right?
Yeah, it was from the 80s.
Yeah. Clown torture
It was very weird.
concept. Yeah. But I mean, I always say that if you're an artist and you ever get like stuck in a rut, one of the best things to do is just branch out to other art forms or like pieces of art. Because that can sort of give you the serendipity you need to keep going. And sometimes finding a new form, like the novelty of the form, gets you re-excited about a project. And then that kind of gets you back into just making in general.
Yeah. Like painting Warhammer minis.
Yeah.
We both play Warhammer, so I have my Blood Angels and World Eaters, and he's got Necrons and Dark Angels, which is pretty cool. Bigger vamp for Polo.
I'm always curious, like big franchises like that are kind of creative.
Yeah.
Thinking about the first person that came up with the idea.
Oh yeah.
Like who came up with the 40K universe, you know? Who came up with
early ideas of it.
That has like expanded to this giant thing of deep lore.
A 64 book series called The Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to pull up that chart because I want to show people real quick how crazy that lore gets. Oop. Making a hardstyle track for Imperium Pike. His quotes are perfect. I found any of it yet on YouTube. A hardstyle track for Imperium Pike. I mean, maybe I have to look into. I've only done the base skin versions of characters yet. I don't know. I would be curious about branching out. I'm still trying to figure out because I know people like and request specific champions for my YouTube, but it's, as we've noticed, some champions seem to do a lot better than others. Oh, I got a follow from RGX Virtuous. Thank you for the follow. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Some champions do better than others. I did post what was it? The Jinx Funk song I wrote in R dash it's not Jinx mains, but it's the place where Jinx mains hang out. Yeah. And I got some good feedback from someone who talked about how like there are like too many voice lines, but I'm like they thought there were too many voice lines, but I mean I like try to pack as many in as I can as kind of like a because it's more about the champion, I think, than the music. But I don't know. Good songs are good songs. Who knows? Yeah. You like the voice lines? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like it's kind of made for like people who play Jinx. So that's pretty cool. I did a Fizz one recently, which people. I mean, I'm hoping. The one thing I noticed with the songs that I post is that some of them take time to catch. So like, I mean, the very first one, Mordekaiser, took like, it's been out for like what, 3 years, but it took like months before it even got to like a couple thousand views. Let me see if I can actually, let me go to my creator studio and I'll show you kind of the tail of it. Let me see if I can see the view. Where's the analytics? There we go. Yeah. No information on here I don't want to show. League of Jinx. Yes, there we go. League of Jinx. So like my Mordekaiser song, right? There was so like couple hundred views, couple hundred views, couple hundred views, couple hundred views. It had been out for like a year before it finally found its way into the algorithm and started really picking up. So I hope that happens with some of my other stuff that's got lower views right now, but you know, we're chilling.
Did you ever make a Warwick one?
I did not make a Warwick. Okay. Yeah. He plays Warwick. He used to play Warwick, and he played Warwick very briefly in his brief League of Legends stint.
Not. It's I feel like the League of Legends entry is just really
barrier to entry. It's because it's such a high skill.
Yeah. You game. I think you need to play with people who don't know how to play when you first start out, so you're having fun with friends, right? Whereas I was thrown into a group of people who all are very good, and so like the skill gap was just obvious in every game.
Yeah,
it was just tough.
Yeah, and it's rough, especially when like you have friends who take like the not even like people take every league game pretty seriously, even the not ranked ones.
Seriously. Yeah, I am such a casual gamer. Like, I'm of the opinion that if you're an adult and you're playing a video game and you're not genuinely having fun, you should probably double check that. Yeah.
These Twitch streamers out here ruining video games competitively and all that stuff. So, but oh yeah, Flex had his little Drummer Boy remix that hit the algo 3 years later. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube algorithm is like, it's finicky. Hopefully, eventually, some of my songs catch a little more. I mean, Aatrox is at 1.4 million views, which is insane. I think I'm gonna do Kane next because I don't play Kane, but I know he's like algorithm friendly. There's actually a couple champions I've done that I don't play, but he's got some cool he has cool like Sonic voice lines, which I think is interesting. Who else? There's a part of me that thought about doing Fiddlesticks as like a Halloween thing.
That'd be fun.
We'll see. I know maybe Yasuo. Most main champ? I don't know. I was really bad at playing Yasuo when I tried to play Yasuo. Which is crazy that he's one of the most main champs. Like 0-10 power spike, you know. What time is it? 9:58. All right, we're gonna run a quick 3-minute ad break and then be back in 3-ish minutes. I like to run top of the hour ads just so that people hopping in from Twitch don't have pre-roll ads and can just get in on the action. Or it won't. Why did it say I recently ran? Oh, the ads already hit. Okay, cool. Top of the hour. Oh, they automatically did it. Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll be back in a sec. Just take a brief bathroom break, or unless Matthew just wants to vamp by himself. I don't know.
I could try to solo.
Okay, we'll let Matthew solo while I run to the bathroom.
I Twitch.
Thought about bursting in like John Cena on Kai Cenat's stream. I don't know if you saw that. You guys know he plays drums. I think we've got like 4 viewers right now. Whoa, 4 viewers. So sick.
Like what? 200-300% increase from the usual?
Jesus. I think I don't remember what my analytics said. It's like 3 or 4, like 1 or 2 people is my average right now. Which is yeah. I did play Yone a little bit. Then like when he first came out, was the Yasuo's brother.
I enjoyed all the Yone memes.
The Yone memes are pretty great because it was at the same time that Attack on Titan was like really big.
Yeah,
so a lot of Yone Attack
on
Titan memes. Those were great. I love those.
Quality. So good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing I want to mention with I mentioned this in my my 1,000 subscriber update, but mentioning this now and also while people are watching, one of the things I'm trying to do too is get a little more of my original work to be popular. Because I love League and I love that Riot lets people make like fan art with League of Legends stuff and post it on YouTube. But if that ever changed, that would suck a lot for me. So I just also want to like make a point to like try to do more original work. I do want to. I have another collection of songs I want to work on and get out. We'll see when that gets done. I've been working on it on stream, which is fun. I think it's called Into the Night. That's the working title, Into the Night EP.
Cool.
I don't know if you listened to any of it while I was working on it all, or
yeah. I mean, I jump in every now and again.
Yeah.
Check things out.
You don't watch my stream the whole time? No. My goal, I also like this early, like, I mean, I don't like getting up early, hence why I'm doing like 9 o'clock instead of 8, which I think normally I was trying to do 8 to noon. I think 9 to noon would be better so I can get a little extra sleep and then come into the stream a little more invigorated. But just because a 4 hours straight of trying to write music and trying to be creative can be a little mentally daunting. But the other thing, according to my analytics, people who follow my YouTube are really into gaming. So I really want to do more gaming content because I love video games. It's a perfect excuse to make video game content. Mm-hmm. Also trying to get in front of the camera a little more just to be like, look at me, I'm a personality, face to the music, which helps a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Do we want to like do another little mini jam out?
Sure.
All right. We'll play a couple. Again, disclaimer every time before I play the computer. My instrument is the computer, not the piano. So I will just be playing chords along with Matthew as best I can. Otherwise that is the main attraction. And chatter 10 minutes ago. A pipe made. And that shit would be super cool. What? Imperium Pike voice lines is a hard style song. I will have to go and because I played Pike a little bit when I played League. Especially in ARAM, I played him a couple times. I'll have to see how the Imperium voice lines are different than the regular voice lines. I wonder how popular that would be too. I don't know. I mean, I got plenty of free time. I'll download the voice lines and maybe sit and mess with it on stream and see poke around with some ideas next week. Right now we're just kind of chilling and vibing. I like to, just because the process of downloading every voice line is so boring and takes so long sometimes. I don't want to do that on stream where people are just like, oh, why are you just clicking? It's like, because it just takes forever. I think it'd be unique. I haven't seen anyone else do any skins before too. I think it would be fun to do. There was a point where I was like, when country songs were like huge, I was like, I should do like a
be really funny,
like the High Noon like skins as like an EDM country thing. It's just kind of funny because we're both from Iowa, but we're definitely a little more punk than country. Even though our family does own a farm, but we have like, so there's some ways that we have more merit to country than some other people who grew up in the suburbs and, you know, wear a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, but we're very much like punk rock. Yeah, like we actually used a pickup truck to haul things.
yeah. None of this like just having a truck to have a truck stuff.
Yeah, no pavement princess trucks here. We hauled band equipment. We hauled. I'm trying to think what else we hauled.
Every time we moved.
Every time we moved, everyone asking to use our truck.
Honestly, it was really just helpful with the snow, like drifting around.
Yes, in the snow, it was great.
Also, I had perfectly balded those tires so that I could drift in the rain. It's super dangerous, but my God, it was fun.
Yeah, our parents actually recently sold. We had like an old Toyota. Our parents recently sold it because or no, it wasn't a Toyota. It was Dodge.
Yeah, Grandpa's was a Toyota. We had a Dodge Dakota.
Dodge Dakota, right? Yeah, they scrapped our old Dodge Dakota, which is sad, but it was time.
It was literally smoking like on the way to the dump. It was just the engine was catching on fire. It was awesome.
And then even before that, like gas fumes leaking into the main part of the car, and you had to drive with the windows down to not smoke yourself out or not gas yourself out. All right, let's again. I'm gonna play a couple chords, and Matthew's gonna jam out. So I guess I'll play a few. Let me pick a key. Let me actually.
Herbie fully loaded for some reason.
That is the most random as Herbie fully loaded.
Yeah, I don't know
why.
That and like Kids from Yesterday, like a mix of the two.
That's a good song.
It reminds me of like racing cars in like the old 2000 movies where it was like yeah, I don't know.
I'm just doing 4 chords and do a different key maybe. Live music. We're messing around. It's fun. Wonder is this. I'm curious about that. Oh, this is a separate channel. Oh, I'm learning things about my own equipment. Yeah, so I can set up my beat pad to do a separate thing of drums. Oh, that's sick.
Are you able to like set up like samples that we can play along to? Is that a thing?
Let me see. Let me
Just a sick bass line or something.
I mean, actually, you want me to write a sick bass line? Give me 2 seconds.
All right. Go off.
Pop off, King. Let's show the music production side of things. I want a bass. Virtual Riot has some cool stuff that does cool things. Alright, let me record that. Oh. Let me change that real fast. Give me quarter notes. What do I want to do? Configure 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just give it a little womp 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 womp. Show me the automation. Okay, I need a shape like that. Not that high. Drop that down to, oh my god, let me grab it. 50%. And then we'll just copy that. Let's see here. Little rhythm to it. Rhythm. Little rhythm.
Get a little rhythm with it.
I don't know if that's something you feel like you play around with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you want like headphones for the tempo at all, or
I think I can.
okay. Let's see. We're gonna see if
Experimentation.
yeah, just because of the way that the sound is, there might be the drums might sound a little off, but we're gonna try it and see. All right, here we go. Oh God, I have you. One sec. Hit the drums one. Oh, I had you. That's funny because I had you playing the synth. All right, go.
Oh, what?
Synth, yeah. There we go. All right, here we go. it sound a little funky together. Versus, let me try just playing it. Let me play it with you once.
Sure.
Channel 1. Because you're listening to the bass should be listening to the drums. If we're being technical on how it should be. In order to stay in time, we were in ensembles once. All right, let me. Thing about I think just because it does sound a little weird and off, but the thing about like live music versus a machine, I'm gonna switch it back to my chords thing. So first of all, like the wave, so the technical way it works, the waves, the way the filter goes back and forth is automatically in sync with the back to my thing with the metronome. There we go. So normally a bass player would be able to kind of move with you hearing the kicks. This computer bass does not. It's like you're going my tempo, I don't care what you say. Which is why like something like a chords or like a like this would like sounds like this kind of line up better. Also because of the way the kick needs to align with the bass in order for it to sound like it makes sense. And I mean, this is live music versus like recorded stuff, but it's way my
Even when you like load electronic sounds into the keyboard where you're playing it, it still doesn't, or it still lines up with the computer.
Yeah, so this is just like it. The sounds aren't coming from the keyboard itself.
Sure.
They're coming from they're just all coming from Ableton.
Okay.
So. But at some point it would be fun to record something with that. I don't know about playing it live, but recording something with that would be cool. Which is also why I need to like give you a metronome to be like, you're gonna have to play with this metronome, unfortunately. I think I might have something that could be fun. MIDI effects. That goes in. arpeggiator. Arpeggiators are fun. I actually have a built-in arpeggiator on this. Such beautiful music. Beautiful. Oh. Flex said he came from farmers and enjoys club music. In the club, we all fam. I don't know how many people have heard that meme on TikTok. In the club, we all fam.
I have not heard this meme.
Because you're not on TikTok. He's not on social media.
Yeah.
Which you should make either... Well, I would say make a Twitter, but Twitter is still just like
funny
dog.
enough, I was going to make a Twitter, and then it turned to X, and it just felt too cringy to make one after that. Like, I was like, I just don't want
Yeah. So. I already had one, so I was like, all right, well, I'm along for the ride.
I guess we're doing this now.
Because the thing about Twitter is it's still like a super useful app. But even though its infrastructure is not great right now.
Wow.
But see, it's funny because he's a writer. He's a playwright.
Playwright. I just wrote a book. I don't have a literary agent though, which is the current to do.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Query letters for days.
Query? Oh, asking.
Query, like sending out. So after you write something, you can write up a query letter and send the manuscript out to agents to represent you. And then it's up to them to be like, oh yeah, I can sell this, or like, nah, dog, get away.
Nah, dog, go away. I would love to write a sci-fi book one day, but
yeah,
it'll be a while before I actually sit down to do that because I'm focusing on this right now. Yeah.
Yeah. One day I might try shuffling my plays around town again. I was just like, that was just such bad timing. When I graduated college, I had written like 5 plays and started getting in contact with different theaters in Chicago. And then the pandemic happened.
Yep.
And ever since, what's really frustrating about the theater scene, specifically in Chicago, is that because everybody was running at like max cost before the pandemic, now everybody's just way in the red. So nobody will do any risky plays. They'll just do stuff that they did, like
all musicals,
all stuff that they know is going to sell. If they had a hit in like 1990 or something, they're like, well, time to pull that back out of the cupboard and dust it off.
Yep.
So it's all like stuff that's either got like big names attached to it, or it's stuff that they've already done that was successful in the past. So not a lot of new theater going on, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, the theater industry is not a great place from what I keep hearing. Yeah. General entertainment industry is in a rough place. Yeah,
entertainment's
right now.
in a rough place.
Yeah. Like even like ticket sales for shows and stuff is down. I feel bad because like it feels like all the independent festivals are canceling, which really sucks. So the only one putting on shows right now is like Live Nation and all their big stuff that they do. Yeah. So I don't know, feels bad. Even like, what was it? When we were young, the emo festival in Vegas, there's a huge drama right now because the All American Rejects pulled out. Yeah. Because apparently their post said there was a change in management of the festival.
And they just don't like the new managers?
I don't know. It was crazy. It was like, because they said they were even like working on the show. I'm going to see if I can find that post real quick. I'm kind of curious. In the club, we all fan. Yeah, just the rejects. They posted the rejects. So with deep sadness and disappointment, we have to announce that we will no longer be playing When We Were Young Festival next weekend. We have spent months tirelessly preparing a once-in-a-lifetime show, and we were so excited to bring you. However, there has been a management change within the When We Were Young operation, and they are no longer able to accommodate us in the previously agreed upon lineup, which has made it impossible for us to continue. We are especially devastated to not get to play for those who are traveling across the globe to witness the visual and sonic spectacle we have been brewing up in our cauldron. We'd like to apologize to our amazing crew who have been working around the clock to make magic happen. With love, Ty, Nick, Mike, and Chris. Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So we've also both done work in like live entertainment. Him more so.
Yeah.
He's done stuff with the IATSE union. Here in
Still
Chicago.
in the IATSE union. They send me terrible calls, so I don't go very often.
Yeah. But like the idea that like there's something they can't accommodate, that's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Were they like a main they had to be like a main headliner,
I
right?
would think so.
Yeah.
Man, the All American Rejects were like the first band that I really listened to.
Yeah.
They were the first band that I was like, man, this is one of my bands, you know. Running around with a little iPod. I don't remember which gen it was. It was the big block one.
Yeah.
Really, it was mom's iPod.
Yeah, it was
We just
mom's
ran around.
iPod. Where's the original lineup? I'm gonna one sec. Let me just Google Young 2024 line. God, they really went through and like deleted everything. Where? I think my chem is playing it.
Cam's playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Man, I want to see my Chem. I still haven't seen my.
Yeah, I feel bad for you.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I was going to go see my Chem live at Riot Fest in Chicago, which was going to be really cool. And then I ended up joining the army, and was in basic training, so I couldn't go.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
Oh, this is a different fest. Oh my goodness. Because Fallout Boy is playing, I think, as well.
Oh, yeah?
When did they announce? God, imagine being a social media manager for like an emo account. Yeah. I should pull up. I don't know. I can't find the original lineup. One sec. I'm gonna pull up my super emo photo from that I posted on I think I posted this on Instagram. Oh no, I didn't. Wow, that's really surprising. That's fine. We don't need to show my super emo photos from when I was a young emo kid. See, I would definitely say though, it was like my interest in emo that led me to electronic music too.
Yeah.
Because like Skrillex was the lead singer in From First to Last. And one thing I remember that helped blow up Skrillex was the ASDF movies. The ending had Scary Monsters and Nice Spirits as the credits.
What a time to be alive.
What? Imagine, like, the idea of like My Chemical Romance, like there's people who saw them like before they were like huge, which is wild. The idea of like they played basement shows is so crazy to me. Like with that first album, I know it's not to some people's taste, but it's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Ugh. Imagine having a punk band and playing shows. I don't know. I wonder if we could play shows here. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't found like a bar, like an amateur friendly bar yet.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like back in our hometown, Dubuque, like it's a small town, so you could go down to what was it, the Smokestack, or like,
Yeah.
or like me and Cody when we went to Iron Bar, and you could just play. Like people, like the Smokestack every Thursday had open mic night where they had a kit, they had guitars, they had everything. You go, you could just play. Whereas like here, if there's an open mic night, it's really like we have regulars play these nights sort of deal. I haven't found one that it's like a genuine, like if you show up you can just mess around place yet.
What was it? It was the Golden Dagger on Halstead was really good about newer bands, but they closed, which is really sad.
Yeah.
A lot of smaller, like, not even just festivals, smaller venues keep closing too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we can talk about, I can invoke my MBA and talk about corporate consolidation of entertainment and mass consumption, but I don't know if we want to go down that. Maybe I'll get those finance YouTube ads then.
Yeah, there you go. Speak to the finance bros.
Speak to the finance bros. Let me speak to the people, Piccolo.
All you finance bros, do I have, I don't know, a pitch for you? How-to videos?
Oh, I watched yesterday. I don't know how many of you have heard of Atrioc, but he's a streamer that I really like. He did a video that he posted on YouTube reacting to finance advice on YouTube or on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's pretty dystopian at some points. Like, there's like a 12-year-old kid talking about how you just need to lock in.
Oh,
and if you need any help, you should sign up for my course.
From like a 12-year-old?
Yes. I will.
No.
I'll have to show you that video at some point. As much as no, we're not going to react to a react on stream. That would be
too meta.
But yeah, little background. I'm getting my MBA in corporate finance and marketing, and I used to work in the ticket industry.
I have a master's.
He has a master's in.
I got my master's in the humanities at UChicago. I do a lot of like brain science and psychology and philosophy. I want to write a dissertation on propaganda eventually and get my doctorate, but you know, I gotta do army stuff.
And he's in the military, which is.
I'm a designated marksman, dude.
Yeah, you're in the.
I got the shirt.
You're in the military and you want to be in a punk band.
Oh, dude. much more common than you would think.
I'm not a big fan of the government. Bro, you are the government. I mean, people join the army for all sorts of reasons.
Okay. Yeah. My like theory on this is that when you join the army, you are some of the people who are the most like screwed over whenever the government does something that's like belligerent or stupid. So a lot of people in the army don't like the government because their life gets affected the most when the government does wacky stuff, right? So a lot of people, they're like, man, the government's acting stupid. Good thing I live in my house. And it's like, well, imagine living on a government base where your
on a
life
base.
is just controlled by,
Yeah.
It's a world, you know.
Yeah. It's a vibe. Oh.
The army giveth, the army taketh away.
Uh-huh. The army keeps rolling along. There, I saw another interesting video about the army sponsoring YouTubers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And them showing like that would be a funny react stream sometime of like watching YouTubers go to army bases and the army showing everything off. I will. Yeah, it would be very funny. From an actual person in the military. It's really funny because like how many people like when you join the military, how many people who were not interested in hearing some of the stuff you had to say, like suddenly very much bought into things.
Oh yeah. That's like super problematic where it's like people don't really care much about what you say or do. And then you join the military and like you go through basic, which is intense and it's a life experience. But then people are like, I gotta listen to this guy. It's like, okay, I didn't really like learn much other than like how hard I can get the crap kicked out of me and like keep going. But
that's fun.
I guess you learn leadership skills.
There it is.
So funny in basic. I mean, really, in army in general. Which I should. What's the word? Disclaimer: I'm in the National Guard. I'm not active duty. I'm National Guard. But whenever we're doing something, we're like, God, this is just stupid. Like cutting grass with shovels, something like that, which happens way more often than it should. We just start singing the army's this da 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 da. It's because like it's those moments where you're like, what are we doing? Don't get me wrong, you do cool stuff in the army, but it's like 20% coolest stuff you'll ever do, and then like 80% of it is just like stuff you did not expect.
Yeah, you got to shoot a grenade launcher.
I did shoot a grenade launcher. That was pretty cool. That was a cool one. Big fan of that. Yeah. I shot a grenade launcher. Farthest target I've ever shot was 290 meters, which is nice.
Nice.
But, or not 290, it was 920.
Yeah, I was about to say, that seems short.
I mixed up the numbers. Yeah. 920 meters. Designated marksman. I mean, you do cool stuff. I've ridden a Black Hawk. I haven't jumped out of a Black Hawk yet. I would like to.
It's fun.
Good times.
Good times. Could talk a lot about the military, but this is a music stream.
It's a music stream. Yeah.
It's a music
I think it'd be really fun though to make like a song based off of just like military stuff.
Really? Yeah.
I remember there was a song I heard. I can't remember what it was called, but they sampled a 50 cal, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool."
I mean, technically, we're talking about the biggest employer of musicians in the world.
Really?
Yeah, the military. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, army bands. They're huge.
Okay.
Let me actually.
Super interesting.
Yeah, let me look that one up. Yeah. How? I'm just gonna Google largest employer of musicians. I Googled largest employer of musicians, U.S. Army. They got the army bands and stuff. Which, yeah, 42R.
42 Romeo. Considered support and logistics. Okay. I see you. You 42 Romeos out there, I see.
Skills you learn: instrumental technique, stage performance, music theory.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so many army ads now. I've done this. Recruitment's down, Matthew.
Yeah. Gotta pay them more. That's the thing. Gotta...
I was thinking about this. I was like, people when they think about technology, I remember the saying, what was it? When people talk about technology, they're like, this is what civilians have. Imagine what the military has. And I'm like, now that I've heard your stories, it's like the military has whatever the lowest bidder will sell.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong, our equipment does things that like civilian equipment doesn't. Like, you know, our radios will encrypt things and you know, stuff like that. But like,
careful, don't leak anything like
but like you know,
War Thunder, War Thunder guys.
War Thunder. It's definitely one of those things that like, you get your first thing of gear and you're like, oh man, this is so cool, and then you get out to the field and you're like, oh god, this is terrible. I'm soaking. I'm in a waterproof bag and I'm soaking wet. This doesn't make any sense. But
waterproof.
Why you gotta be rock hard, man.
Go fast, go hard. What's a like? I kind of want to ask like what your shitty. Well, you've talked about your shittiest day in basic, but I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on stream.
Yeah, worst day in basic. There was a guy who he was doing chow. He was working chow, and he set his rifle down, and it was like the third time he was not like paying attention to his rifle.
Oh god.
And our senior drill sergeant swiped it, and he came down. We were in the middle of like we were in the field and we were busy, so he was like, you're going to pay for this later. And we were like, oh god, no. And sure enough, we get back and everybody's cleaning their gear, and our drill sergeant comes out and he's like, everybody get all of your gear on now and get out to the sand pit. And we're like, okay. So we put on full battle rattle, but like these big green meatballs running around with all this stuff on us. And he had us basically like crawl through the dirt. So there's high crawling and there's low crawling. Low crawling is like you're on your stomach and you're dragging yourself with your hands and you're like eating dirt while you're doing it. He had us probably do that for like, I don't know, like 2,000 meters or something.
Jesus Christ.
It was like a long time. I honestly like lost track of the time, lost track of like, you know, there's a point where you just black out. You're like, I just can't, like, I'm not even gonna register.
Not gonna think about it, yeah.
Yeah. And like, it was just like, and it started to rain. So we were like wet and covered in sand. And like, eventually after running, because there's this thing where you do like mortar drills where like if a mortar's coming in, you say, incoming, and then you yell a distance and direction and you run that way. Mm-hmm. He just did that over and over again. And then he'd have us low crawl, and then he'd have us run and then low crawl. And I remember it was light out when we started, but it was dark when we got done.
Jesus.
And we got up and walked back. And like, you know, in the moment you're like, that was okay. That was fine. But then like an hour later, you're like, God, that was,
yeah. Like I just need to get through it.
Yeah. But it's called sugar cookieing because you look like a sugar cookie with all the sand on you.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just terrible because I literally got so tired I just started like blacking out. Like I just kind of like dissociated.
Yep. Autopilot mode, yes. I am gonna run to the bathroom again real quick because I've been drinking a lot of water. You can solo or say hi to people on Twitch.
Sure.
YouTube chat, Twitch chat.
We're live on both.
Yeah, we're live on both.
That's crazy.
But Twitch gets the, like, if you follow on Twitch or you post a message in the Twitch chat, it pops up on the actual stream. Because I don't know how to do that with YouTube yet. Well, there's a way. It's complicated. It's a pain in the ass to do. But yeah, if Matthew, you want to jam a little bit and speak to the people, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Nice.
I thought it would be funny to bring out the samurai sword. So Matthew actually bought me this.
It was your birthday?
It was like, it was something. I'm not sure if we were in Dubuque.
It was for a Comic-Con.
Yeah, like a Comic-Con-esque thing.
Or like a Comic-Con-esque.
It was like
Something con. No.
No, Adepticon is the big League of Legends.
Yeah.
It's not even a real sword, it's a prop sword. It's Genji's sword. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, neither of us play Overwatch.
Good times. You don't always have to play the game to be a fan of the merch, you know?
Merch. I need to add more stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the background. In particular, I see people doing cool lighting and stuff that I really need to look at doing, which I think would be fun. Ugh.
You should get a double bass pedal. Blast beats.
Blast beats.
Used to be able to do 16 with one foot.
Need to ask my neighbors if they actually hear any of this.
It's a good question, yeah. Yeah.
I still have not introduced myself to them.
How do you introduce yourself to your
Usually just write a little note, be like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so from this unit." Just like leave it on their door with a piece of candy. Actually, I did. That's how I got introduced to neighbors at my old place. Was little Halloween treats and like a treat for their dog.
Oh, you're talking about at 775, or are you talking about 5'9", 5'9.5"?
Diversity.
Okay. So I remember when we were at 509.5 in Dubuque. That was like.
Remember, don't dox my address.
I'm not doxing. I'm only using numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But
anyway, on that street in Dubuque, which actually doesn't matter because we don't live there anymore.
Sure.
What was it? 509.5?
Yeah.
Was it weird?
I remember because I, at the time, worked for the Census Bureau. Walk around to people's houses and do census stuff for them, which was crazy and hilarious. There's something about being a young guy working at the Census Bureau is that you get all of the houses that everybody else is afraid to go to. So I was just chilling with like the strangest characters, which was fun. You know, I remember one dude came out and he like handed me 2 LaCroix and was like, "What's up, guy?" I was like, "Hi, I'm here to do your census." And he was like, "That's awesome. Do you want to come sit?" I was like, "No."
No, I'm working.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you seem like a chill dude, but I'd rather not go into your house.
Mm-hmm. Could you not? Just jobs where you have to like go to people's houses are crazy.
It's a life. I got my steps in though.
I just remember like my brief stint working what was it? I worked for like an internet Mediacom in the internet company in our hometown for like 2 days, and that was enough. That was enough to see that like, nope, that ain't it. Because we went into a hoarder's house. It was disgusting. We had to like crawl around and figure out where to run wires, and I was like, this is the grossest thing ever. I was like, and you thought Asmongold was oh, he's in trouble right now. He's in hot water. for saying not good things about Muslims.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be nice, except when people are not good people.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah, we're not gonna touch that subject matter right now. But be nice. We'll go with that lesson for now. Cyberpunk Blade Runner 2059 2049. I got sick when I went to see that movie in theaters. Actually, I was drunk and had a panic attack. That's what actually happened. But
That's bad.
yeah.
That'd be terrible.
It was not fun. Look, I know we're in music, but part of me feels like it should change to a just chatting stream. But, I don't know. It's fun to like play stuff and then hang out and just talk and stuff, which is a good time. Cover up the fact that we don't know how to play songs now. Again, just not playing cover songs because we want an actual VOD upload, which would be nice.
I think we have our two, but those are
on guitar, and I'd have to unplug your mic to set that up. Also, there's like a weird... There's like a weird sound routing thing. I could get it figured out, but just chatting is fun. Talking is fun. Maybe in the last, like, I mean, we're going into the last hour, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the last, like, 30 minutes, we could plug the guitar in and jam a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. Thing, do you think my apartment is set up in a way that I could have parties here? Like, with, like, house shows of some kind? I don't know.
Oh, house shows? Oh, I don't know about that. You'd have to like set it up in the living room.
Yeah.
So this is definitely too small.
Yeah, this is too small. I have all those chairs now.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
If I moved the coffee table in there and then set up all the chairs, very chill, dude. I'm just doing my homework while listening and not gonna lie. Nice. Yeah. I love just chatting streams just because like I have them on in the background when I do like so when I was at my corporate job, like my mornings were spent catching up on like business news and stuff, and then my afternoons were spent just watching different streams and stuff on Twitch. So and that's why I kind of picked the morning slot, is so that I could listen. I can still listen to the streamers I like in the afternoon. Yeah. So I figure I was like, oh, I don't have a morning streamer to listen to. I will be the morning streamer.
It's a good mentality. That's actually a great mentality.
Yeah.
Be the change. Be the thing in the world you want.
Be the morning streamer, and then on top of that, I try to make it so that my clips get out by, because we're in Central Time. We're in Chicago. So try to make it so that my clips get out by 2:00 Central Time, because that's when West Coast goes on lunch. And Lord knows there's plenty of artists on the West Coast who go on lunch that need something to watch or listen to. I do wonder, I know there was all the strikes in Los Angeles, but I'm curious how the entertainment industry there is right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, just because I know there's tons of live events and streamed events there. Lol, I'm late to comment, but can I be booked for one of the house shows? I mean, I would love to do house shows here. I just would need to figure out speakers.
Right.
I would definitely need to talk to the neighbors. Trying to think what else. But I have a lot of room is the thing, especially because my tables are like modular and can be moved off to the side. So if I made like the carpeted area the stage,
Yeah. That could work.
that could work. Maybe move the couch.
I feel like you would want something to like curtain off this area when people come in. They're like not getting into your shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, house shows would mostly be like probably invite only.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I'd be like, bring your friend. It'd be basically a party, but with the purpose of live music. And then being like, we'll party afterwards. So, but I think that could be fun. I do want to do like party stuff here, which I think would be fun. I haven't even thought about using, because the other thing I'd want to do is like I have my like bedroom also kind of like in the main area as well. I'd want to section that off. But then being able to like show off the studio to people like, look, music stuff would be pretty cool.
Check this out.
Check this out. Bow, 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 bow. Trying to think how he would set up for like if we did an actual show for your, like, would we have to drag this kit out or find you an actual kit?
God, I should get a different kit because this electronic drum kit I bought off of some 14-year-old in the middle of nowhere for like $400, which honestly probably too much money to spend on this thing anyway. Yeah. But I needed a practice kit so bad that I was just like, screw it. And I bought this. It does not work very well, but it's a kit. And
it's a kit that you can play on, yeah.
So,
and like even when we're not doing MIDI stuff, I feel like the sound stuff on there actually works really well.
Yeah.
So that's good. The other thing is my upstairs neighbors are musicians, which is why another reason that's crazy that I haven't introduced myself to them. Because literally when we walk by, we see the music sound. It's hilarious.
Sitting out.
I noticed. I don't know if you've noticed, but I make sounds in your basement.
I make sounds in your basement. I think they have like a full band sometimes up there too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's.
But the like soundproofing is so good in here that like, just is fine. Oh.
Wow.
I got the house show ideas now in my head, and I really, I'm gonna now be thinking about that. Yeah, I mean that's how Steve Aoki, like what he did. He had an apartment that his company Dimmock, just put on shows in their apartment all the fucking time.
Nice.
Yeah, I would need to figure something out about like stranger. Well, you invite people who invite people, and as long as you're like, they run it by you first. Like I'd have a guest list probably, or even just like just something. It's like need a reference. You need a reference.
Who referred you to my party? I need to see your resume. Here's your CV.
It'd be fun to do a basement release show. Yeah, I mean, with my new EP I'm working on, could do a full release show here. That would actually be pretty fun. Invite our sister, all our friends, and our other friends. Make a whole event of it. Be a good time. Sell shirts.
Sell shirts.
I still have some merch shirts.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I should have worn them today.
I'll good. I'll wear it on stream sometime. It's a very simple, just my logo on right here and my logo on the back. I need more interesting merch designs, but also like setting up a whole e-commerce store is expensive and is its own challenge. Especially when you don't have a ton of sales, especially to start out. As the thing is, I need people being like, I will buy your merch. Or asking for like a merch drop. Because even like big streamers and big artists don't sell all their merch. So you have to make like kind of plan it out to not lose money on it. Collab merch. use Zazzle. I don't think I've heard of Zazzle. I tried to use Redbubble for like print on demand, but the quality of that is just not great, and I really want like decent quality shirts. That's another thing that drives me nuts lately. Concert t-shirts. They're using the cheapest shirts now. I swear. Like my I have a Misfits t-shirt. That one's like cheap material, and what is it? It's like what's it called? Gildian? The brand, something like that. I don't remember. I just remember like I just sweat through them really fast. They shrink really fast.
Yeah.
They're very flimsy, and I'm like, I feel like everyone can like see my whole see everything.
Because I've got a MyChem shirt that was like from their like early days. That lasted for so
like that's quality, you know.
I've gone through like 3 other MyChem shirts since that. The first one has lasted, but the other 3, like the logos wash off, they like shrink.
Yeah.
And honestly, the newest one was the one that didn't last the longest.
Yeah, which is wild. Like my MyChem shirt as well, like doesn't. That was also around when I started lifting, so now those shirts don't fit, which sucks. I need to go get new. I've been working out the past few years like a lot. And the guns, muscles. Here, got it. Suck in. Which has been nice and good for my health. Especially since the pandemic, where I was very sedentary. I did not do a whole lot. And we're actually going to go climbing later today, which I'm excited for. Do some bouldering, climb some walls. A good time.
That'll be interesting to see if I can still do a V3 or V4.
Yeah, my grip is not great.
I did one V5 once. I'm not going to be able to do a V5 now.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm like, okay, this is just a casual workout. I also haven't done leg day in like the last 2 weeks, which is not great, but it's what it is.
Taking care of yourself should be fun.
It should be fun.
Or it should be hard and rewarding. Pick one.
Yeah. Or you're not going to do it is the thing. And it should be a routine too. Because there are definitely days where I was like, I don't feel like working out, but I'm here, so I might as well go. My work used to have a gym, so
access I think makes a big difference. If it's like right by you and you don't have to go out of your way, it is so much easier to be a healthy person when it is just like there ready for you to be a part of that community and space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a gym at work was just like nice.
Yeah.
Gym at work. Yeah. I used to have to walk to the climbing gym, but now it's not too bad. I don't know. When, in college, you got the gym like right there, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's like a resort. I've heard a resort that teaches education. I've heard people refer to college that way, which is pretty funny.
That's funny. Yeah.
Imagine going to school for music.
Well, I can't imagine going to school for music.
I wanted to, and then my audition was very bad. That was also a low music moment for me. I auditioned on baritone to go to Northern Iowa as a music major, and it did not go well. Especially since I didn't own my own baritone. When I used my schools, they were like, "Why don't you own your own?" I'm like, "Because it's like $1,000."
Yeah.
Like, well, if you want to do this as a career, you need the equipment, and I'm like,
well, once I start.
I'm 17. Or no, I'm 18. I totally...
Sorry my parents didn't buy me a baritone, guy.
Yeah. So... Don't have a job. Actually, the one job I did have in high school was as a busser, and that was pretty awful.
It's still funny to me that I worked at the dog track and I'm allergic to dogs.
That was wild.
That was such a poor choice.
Yeah.
Just every other day going to work, just like, achoo. God, die. Just ready to pop out of my head.
Yeah. So I think I'd share my hat is the Iowa Greyhound Park.
Mm-hmm.
which no longer exists, sadly.
Vintage merch.
It is vintage merch. Our dad worked there for almost, 38 years between the casinos and the dog track. And we all worked for him at one point or another. So, which is pretty cool. But now we got the vintage merch. I got the sweatshirt in there. It's a little stretched, but it's nice. He bought nice stuff for merch. Like like that's the thing. It's just like nice quality clothes. That's what people want, with cool designs on them. Your arms ever start to like really hurt when you play drums?
My wrists sometimes. Fingers if the carpal tunnel starts to sit in.
Kick in.
Maybe my back. If I'm not careful about my posture and I'm playing for a long time, I'll be like, man, why does my back hurt so much? I'll be like,
yeah. Marching drum corps back in the day definitely like destroyed my lower back. Because I was marching baritone, so like just a heavy baritone out here all the time, and it just started to hurt. Which that's what the Shaco over there is. It's my hat that I wore when I marched on the field. I marched Colt Cadets 2009 to 2012 and Colts 2013, which was really cool. Fun times. Good times.
Killing me.
Good times killing me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick again. I keep drinking water. I'm hydrated. Too hydrated.
What am I gonna do? Oh no. Yeah. Figure out more solo stuff. Those weird time signatures. Jazz. Oh, I have another worst music story, horror stories.
Oh yeah.
13 years old, honor band.
Oh God, I know this story.
Yeah. So at 13 years old, I was in honor band, and I was supposed to practice my music before going, which I totally did not do, because I didn't practice very often because I could sight read drums really easily. What I didn't know was that there was a song, in fact, where I was playing xylophone. This was not something that was on my radar. And so I show up and they want me to play xylophone. And I just and I have a solo in this song. I don't know how to play xylophone. I don't know how to play, I played vibraphone in drum corps at one point, but they had to really sit me down and be like, this is what you have to do, because I could not get it. So I'm just sitting there and trying to pretend to play along and be like, maybe they won't notice me. And then the director in the middle of the song goes, and xylophone solo, and points at me. I just stand there for a good 30 seconds of him just being, and xylophone solo. xylophone solo. And I'm just like,
Yep.
I don't know, man. And he's like, all right, why don't we take a break? Now, something that's funny is that at the time I was very into V8 juice drinks, which were very acidic. So I had been drinking a lot of those in the past couple of days. So I had really bad acid reflux, which I did not know what that was at the time. Because I'm a kid, you know. And here I am, super freaked out and nervous because I'm like, oh God, I'm supposed to play a solo. I don't even know this. And so I start having a panic attack. And I like have this pain in my chest, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's like that. If you've had a panic attack, you know, it's like this deep, like empty pain.
If you don't know what a panic attack is, you just have to watch Inside Out 2 or Puss in Boots Last Wish, you know?
But
One of the best depictions of a panic attack. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, so I'm having this panic attack, and I have no idea what a panic attack is at this age either. So it was like the first one I had ever had. And so I think I'm having a heart attack, and I straight up, like, my music teacher comes over, he's like, hey, what's wrong with you? And I'm like sitting down, I'm like, I'm dying. And so like the emergency room got called. I got wheeled out on a gurney and everything. And like, I remember getting wheeled out and looking back at the director and him just being like, what the hell? Like, what? He's like, okay, I guess we'll just keep playing. And I was like, bye.
Yeah.
So that's how I got out of Honor Band.
I got a text from someone being like, your brother just got wheeled out on a gurney. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Flexport Marth, the first panic attack is the ultimate core memory.
Oh
Yep.
my God. That's so true.
Yep. Looks like Dad's watching us too. He wants us to mention that he was the general manager and the director of racing. So yeah, Iowa Greyhound Park.
Yep.
He was in fact the top dog. He's also asking if you like electronic drums better than real drums or.
I like the thing is like any drum kit is going to be better than a not good drum kit, right? So like this is a pretty not good electric kit. If I had like a really expensive, nice drum kit, it would feel pretty solid. But nothing's going to beat like a really good acoustic drum kit. Because you can do like the sounds you can do, the different things you can do with sounds. Like for this, every piece has like different triggers. So like for the tom, I can hit the tom and it'll make a sound. I can hit the rim and it'll take it as two different inputs. But I can't like hit the edge of the tom and get a different sound than if I hit the center of the tom, right? So like on an acoustic kit, I can play all these different like feels and noises, and I can really manipulate the instrument. Whereas this, it's like I can only manipulate it as much as the computer will let me. Which if you get fancier kits, they have those little tricks and stuff, but it's never going to be as much as like a really good acoustic kit. I remember the first time I played on a good acoustic drum kit, it was like a formative experience because for so long I thought I was bad at the drums, and then I was in this like practice room at a show choir show and just like warming up, and I started playing the kit and I was like, oh my God, this sounds awesome. And I realized that a lot of the reason that I sounded bad for so long was just because I had never played on a really, really nice kit. Because you can vibe off of stuff for days on a nice drum kit. Yeah.
Dad keeps asking us to play the punk song.
Oh yeah.
I
guess you can plug the guitar in. I don't know what time it is.
We'll give it another 10 minutes, then we'll plug the guitar in.
Sure.
My thing is, I don't know if I remember did I write down the chords somewhere? I mean, I could suss it out with my ear. It's been so long since I touched that. Let me see if I have it written somewhere. If you wanna. Yeah, I just remember getting a text being like, your brother just got wheeled out on a I'm like,
It was an experience.
yeah. go grab my laptop. Just a
I'm gonna practice your rudiments, kids. Also, like on an acoustic kit, if you play rudiment heavy beats, they sound better because you can hide the ghost notes. Which, if you don't know what a ghost note is, there's like regular note, and a ghost note is like a note you do between your sort of like. Well, this is the thing, you can't play a ghost note on this. It's like these like little notes you put here and there in a beat that kind of fill out the sound, but you don't really hear them. Whereas I can't play ghost notes on an electric kit because no matter how hard I hit it, it's going to register the same, right? Yeah, so that's another thing that's kind of tricky between electric kits and acoustic kits. I don't get my ghost notes, which is somebody who's like used to playing a lot of ghost notes. If you're playing an electric kit and you're throwing a bunch of ghost notes, it just starts to sound like a lot of sound. You know,
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff coming at you. It's not as clean.
that is clean.
Mhm.
I'm seeing if I wrote the lyrics down somewhere. If I might need to.
Kind of play left-handed. Oh god, that's so weird.
I have to have it somewhere. I said I have to have it somewhere. I'm just trying to remember.
Sing it with a Cockney accent.
Time bombs and Hungerland.
No. You can't. What's the Harry Potter?
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I found. Where is it stored? It's just in my drive. Wow, that's goofy. Why would I just store it like that? I literally just have the MP3 saved on my computer.
That's funny. You don't have the lyrics written down.
No, I don't. Because I wrote them in a notebook.
So-
Okay. At some point, I don't know if we'll be able to do it today, Dad, but at some point we'll stream again, and I will write down. Oh, just play it from the computer. Oh yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can just play it off the computer if people want to listen to. We'll do a little listening party for it. I need somewhere to set my laptop. My desk is so full. So this is so this is the recording of it. If I can find it again. There we go. The working title was Chin Up King because I didn't want to call it Time Bombs and Hand Grenades. But that's a better title, so it's that. It's
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm just a punk with a lot of feelings, okay?
I went to a party and started a fight. I hooked up with this girl in the middle of the night. We went place, she started to get sick. Next thing that you know, there was vomit on my dick. But that didn't stop me from falling in love. She looked just like an angel who had come from high above. I got her an aspirin, we started to date. To meet a girl like this, man, some would call it fate. Oh yeah. Time bombs and hand grenades, caught in our teenage haze. Broken and left alone. Shit, I wish I hadn't known. Oh yeah. We've been together for what seemed like years. Shared a lot of laughs and we shared a lot of tears. I started thinking she might be the one. Being with this girl, man, it was a lot of fun. But just like all good things, it came to an end. She told me the truth, yeah, she cheated with my friend. And Tony and Bobby and Donnie and Lee. Turns out the only person that didn't know was me. Oh yeah. Time bombs and hand grenades, caught in our teenage haze. Broken and left alone. Shit, I wish I hadn't.
Oh, my mic was muted. Okay. So someone knocked on my door. I thought we got a noise complaint. It was actually just the repairman. He came to check the pressure on the hot water. It's all good. Anyway, we'll pick up where we left off. Okay. We're muted, but not the.
I walked away, got hit by a car as I walked through the street. Thought I saw a light as it knocked me off my feet. Made peace with my life as I fit in the dark. The paramedics found me and they started up my heart. Finally, I realized I didn't want to die. Get out of bed tomorrow and we'll give it another try. Oh yeah. Time bombs and hand grenades, caught in our teenage haze. Broken and left alone. Shit, I wish I hadn't known. Time bombs and hand grenades, caught in our teenage haze. Broken and left alone. Shit, I wish I hadn't known. La 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 la
Yay! Dad keeps saying that I need to use that as the start of my show.
Oh, nice.
No, I usually use my own music that I wrote for myself as my opener stuff. So, but yeah, that's Time Bombs and Hand Grenades. That song will come out when we get to. At this point, it's kind of a meme that it's never going to come out, but I will get on it. I do need to just sit down and take care of it. The biggest thing is just getting album art for it together. I had some ideas, but I need to like finish it. Just because we never get together and sit down and like figure it out. But then on top of that, just like we've written some electro punk songs that we have ideas for. Because it's interesting because that's like a very pop punk sound. But then I was like, what if we did like electro punk? And we've got some fun electro punk songs together. So it would be fun to put that song out and be like, look at our first song, check it out. And then from there be like, actually, this is what we sound like, and just like insane electro punk. Let me see if I have. I'm pretty sure I have some electro punk songs on my. Oh, goodness. Do I have them on here, or do I need to grab them from other? I think they might just be on my laptop. Yes. Oh, digital hardcore. That's what it's called.
Digital.
That's the genre, yeah. Let me. I need to do this anyway. Eventually, I just need to save any So originally, I did all my work on my laptop, which I can access a lot of stuff from. Why are these samples offline? That's not good. I'll need to mess with that later. Let me see, just to show people what digital hardcore sounds like. Oh, goodness. What's your favorite punk song or punk band, I guess?
Mine?
Yeah, what's your experience with punk?
Oh, man. I mean, Green Day is like early Green Day is pretty
The staple
for me.
Yeah.
I listen to Dookie in my car like every other day.
Nice.
Yeah. Growing up with like American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown was awesome. Otherwise, most of the music I listen to is like emo bands. I guess. Well, punk bands that I listen. I always miss Frank Iera's like Parachutes.
Yes,
album.
that was like prime. That was
really good.
one of the first times we ever moshed.
That was like an album that had a sound that I was like, this is like one of my favorite sounds a band has had.
Yeah.
It was really cool because it was like a great mix of like grunge and a little bit of like punk, a little bit of emo. There was just a lot going on in there that I liked about it.
I'm opening another project, so you're Violent Femmes. That's it, Violent Femmes.
Blink 182 was, I mean,
Blink 182 is also a big one.
Yeah. Gosh, Riot Fest, the first time we went to Riot Fest, right? We went for all 3 days, moshed in like 20 something. I think the count I got up to was like 28 pits.
Yeah, that was.
No. It wasn't 28 pits. I had crowd surfed 28 times.
Yep.
Which was amazing.
Yep.
But the last day, it was either the last or the first day. Blink 182 was headlining. I think it was the first day.
It was the first day. Yeah.
Blink 182 headlined, and we sat in the pit waiting for their show for like, an hour or so. And eventually their show started and we just got crushed. I mean, it was crazy. The rush to the front when the show started was so intense that like you couldn't even listen to the music. It was like fight or flight just turned on. And I remember Blink, eventually they were like, guys, you gotta stop, you gotta chill out, this is not fun. They like stopped the concert to be like, everybody cool down, everybody stop whatever's going on.
Oh, the My Chemical Romance show was awful for that.
Oh, did they?
Like
Yeah,
they had to stop so much.
Oh man.
because it was just at Riot Fest. There were just so many inexperienced.
Yeah,
moshers.
it's really interesting when you get the inexperienced moshers, like the people who just come in for the headliners, where it's like, yeah, I want you to come see the show you want to see, but you really got to know how to be in a crowd.
Yeah.
Especially moshing. Like if you want to have a good time moshing, you need space. You need to understand that there's like different kinds of moshing. There's like the circle of death pits. There's like the dance pits. There's like thrasher pits. But like the main rule, all you out there, if you ever go moshing, if you fall down or if somebody falls down, your priority one is to get them back up.
Yep.
Like you never leave anybody on the ground. That is like a big rule. That is unspoken and spoken. So like if you ever see anybody go down in a pit, first thing you do is you pick them up. Because getting trampled is not fun. So
Where is this? Sorry, there's some plugins that don't line up that I need to fix real quick. Just to.
Oh, interesting. I always wanted to write an essay about like the catharsis that comes from hardcore rock.
Oh yeah.
Because I think there's definitely like a level of like just exercising like cortisone and like getting your brain to a point where you're just like feeling good. I remember I specifically thought about that after seeing Slayer, just because that was just like the closest I've ever been to hell was at a Slayer concert.
Yep.
And I mean that in the coolest way. Not in like a, oh God, that's terrifying, but in like a, like I was being thrown from 3 giant death pits because I was really small when I was at Slayer. I was getting thrown around by these like giant dudes from pit to pit. And people had like body mods, so they literally looked like demons. Like their faces were like tattooed, and they had like eye contacts, and like somebody had like horns. And I remember I would just like see these flashes of like demon faces going by, and the only source of light was the pyro on stage. So it was literally just like flashes of fire and rings of people just in like complete like abandon. It was so cool. And I remember walking away from that being like, all right, that is an experience.
That is it.
That's peak. That was really cool. Slipknot was also a good pit. That was a lot more aggressive though. That was like, I would say Slayer was an experience that was like you sat and kind of took it in, whereas like the Slipknot pit was like, I literally felt like I was just in a fight for an hour, which was awesome.
The Slipknot pit was sick.
It was really intense. Like it was hardcore. But it was cool. It was cool.
That was a pit that made you feel alive. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this figured out. I don't know. Just show what. Oh, maybe this one will work. All right, here we go. Let's see if this one works. I had a different song I wanted to use, but this one is fine. Don't save changes. I think I'm missing a preset between. The thing about trying to move all of your production stuff onto a new setup, it's a whole thing. Yeah. But I also want to keep this production setup in order to do like mobile and to do DJing and shows and stuff.
Oh, goodness. It's interesting to think about making music before having tech.
Yeah.
Just had to have a bunch of instruments.
Kick keys massive. Okay. Close that. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. And let's see here. Oh, this is missing the what's it called? There's the thing I have to do for a plugin in order to make it so people can actually hear. Polyverse, no. Like Restream. Or Rhea, R-A-R-E. There it is. Rhea Stream. Local broadcast. There we go. Let me turn that down a little bit. So this is kind of the idea of what digital hardcore would sound like. It's just like insane drums, insane guitar through tons of processing. Of it, there would be a lot of screaming. I just haven't recorded that part yet. And that's kind of the general idea of digital hardcore. We got like 18 minutes left. There's part of me that wanted to plug the guitar in, but I don't know. Trouble now. Okay. Let me reopen. I saved. There we go. Let me double check that I saved. Oh, I should have saved that. Dang it. Oh well, it's fine. I'll just have to delete stuff again. Is there an audio track? Test 1. I need it from 2. Test 2. All right, so I'm gonna unplug Matthew's mic, plug the guitar in, and we're gonna play a little bit. I also am gonna run to the bathroom real fast. If you wanna play a little bit, and then I'll come back, and then we'll switch it out. Say bye to your mic, Matthew.
Bye.
Well, I'll have him say bye on my mic when we come to the end of the stream.
Bye.
You mixed up.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Might be loud. I apologize if people are hearing mics getting switched out. Where's my There's my guitar preset track. All right, let me see here. My guitar is direct in right now to over me speaking. Okay. Loud as hell, I'm sure. All right, I'm gonna mute myself while I get this figured out. I don't know why Ableton isn't coming through now. Oh, there it was. Oh, because I'm dumb and... There we go. All right. My hand hurts.
Rusty?
Yes. My chops are very rusty. All that lifting and my hand still hurts. I blame it on all of the computer work I have to do. Alright, play a couple notes. I don't know. Oh, muted. Nope. I'm mute. Okay, there we go. Now I had to actually do the end to be able to hear. There we go. I added my voice to actually in Ableton. Let me turn on. Okay, we are reaching end of the stream. This is about the noon hour. Just turn off the input from this. There we go. I guess, is there anything you'd like to plug, Matthew, at all?
Plug? Nah, man, just keep loving art. Keep supporting art.
Keep doing art.
Keep doing art.
Making stuff. Even if it's not for mass consumption, it's good for the soul. All right. I think the last ad break is running. We're gonna get going. Hope you guys had fun. Thanks for Legendary Stream Gens. Think about the Imperium Pike hard style. I think it'd be great. Yeah, I will think about it. I will look into it.
I love the hard plugs. Let's go. Man wants it.
He does want it. There's some people who post a lot about like different songs that they want, which I appreciate.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Respect.
Maybe I'll run into you on the Rift. Who knows? But all right, we're gonna get out of here. Peace. We'll be back. I will be back Monday, either at 8 or 9. I haven't decided yet. I originally was gonna do 8, but I think 9 to noon is probably good for CST. We'll either be playing video games or doing music. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Bye.